my God. I'm resident of Colorado for YouTube, Joel Sancho, with my buddy Gordon Dymowski, my buddy Patrick McCray. We're here to discuss episode 801/802, narrated by Humphrey Allen Ostrado, written by Sam Hall, directed by Henry Kaplan. That means there's going to be scorecards, there's going to be grades, goddammit, given out by the director. Chosen by Patrick McCray. Patrick, why'd you choose this one, buddy?
I'm a great one for sort of numerical milestones. This episode 801/802 is approximately 100 episodes from when we really firmly set foot in 1897. So I wanted to check in and see where we were 100 episodes in. That was the long and the short of it.
Yeah, this is a really great episode. This is post Julianka's death, which is a character that the prophecy is slowly but sure. Well, I don't want to say slowly, but it's coming true for Quentin. The prophecy of a bullet being discovered. The only person who could help him will die. That would be Julianka. She's a gypsy. She gets killed by Count Patofe. And lo and behold, here's Givens, who's in the old house, and they find out, Magda finds out that, well, Quentin does too, he is Count Patofe. How big is this reveal here, guys?
I imagine for people who didn't know it was coming, it was probably pretty big. Because there, David so as believably establishes himself as whoever he claims to be, that you don't think it's going to be the old shell game, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And plus, there's enough of he plays Van Gibbon as kind of, he does that English eccentric deal where, it would be tempting to go back and kind of see, does he lay little clues in, or does he just kind of go with okay, it's the reveal, so bada bing. You know what I mean?
Aristide have been scheming behind the scenes. So you have a sense that there's more that meets the eye.
I think the writers do a phenomenal job with the character having first one identity and they're leaving little breadcrumb hints that he might not be who he says he is, but they're not revealing it either, because he could just, when I'm watching this, I'm thinking of here's this character who's either this crazy art collector who loves to collect things of the occult. And now you'll see characters sort of like that in Indiana Jones, but with Dark Shadows, it was really, and this predates that, but this was really interesting because you have a character who's pursuing the hand and you don't really know why, other than, hey, they want it in their possession, which, okay, and you're wondering how far will they go to get it? Well, they have Aristide at their disposal who works for them. But we also get introduced, not in this episode, to Charles Delaware Tate, and we found out that Tate works for that person too. And it's like, holy heck, there's some heavy stuff going on here. And then this episode for the reveal of it's not the person that wasn't who they said it was, or who he said he was actually Count Patofe all along. There's hints that that's the case, but the fact that they wait just long enough for the reveal here, and what happens in the reveal too within these episodes, these two sort of split episodes, that is so criminally good, because it leaves you going, how cruel and evil can Patofe be? And you get a very, very immediate sample by the end of it. What did you guys think of the kiss on the cheek by Jameson to Patofe, and then all of a sudden Jameson is Patofe?
Well, it pays off with the reveal.
Yeah.
It's a very heartwarming scene if you put different music under it, which I've done on YouTube. Cool. And you can hear. Yeah. I put the Lost in Space family theme underneath it, and it was great.
Is that on your YouTube channel?
That is on my YouTube channel, on the Dr. Lowe YouTube channel.
I'll check it out. I'll leave a link.
But it's it's a great scene, and so that's good, and then the reveal is wonderful, and Patofi sets it up really well as its own sort of mini arc. Well, we'll see who will survive the trial of the lies, and so on and so forth. So that something with a beginning, middle, and end is on its way. That's one of the great and unique things about it too.
Yeah, Gordon, what did you think?
Yeah, I mean, it could have. I think now it might have read as a little creepy that an older guy's like, "Come, little boy, give me a kiss on the cheek." Right. But there it felt very, very heartfelt. It felt, I mean, we know he was basically just doing his little Patofi thing, and he would put his head and put his mind into Jameson's body, and I guess it would be either Jameson's head and Patofi's body, or maybe Patofi would do like a remote control puppet thing.
The hand was somewhere. The hand is in Tim Shaw's body. It's everything.
Well, Tim Shaw's doing some rude things with the hand that I can't go into in the podcast.
He certainly is. He certainly is. He left town with the hand. And it's funny when they give the list. He left the boarding house with this, with that, the other thing, and the hand. Like he's going to leave the hand behind.
Yeah. Well, Humphrey.
Well, W.W. Jacobs hadn't written the Monkey's Paw yet. He didn't know.
Really? God.
Yeah, I think that was written in like 1911 or 1921. I could be wrong.
Hold on.
I love that paw. I'm my own grandpa. Joel, have you ever heard that song, "I'm My Own Grandpa"?
No, I have not.
Yeah, Gordon, you know that song, "On My Own."
Yeah, I know the song. I just looked up the Monkey's Paw. It was written in 1902.
Yeah, 1902.
So had the author of that worked with Count Patofi? And would it have been acceptable if Count Patofi had gotten a monkey's paw sewn onto his wrist instead?
Now, wouldn't it be fitting if Dark Shadows would have played with that the person who wrote the Monkey's Paw was Patofi?
Sure.
Well, I think that, but that might be going into the weeds just a little bit.
Yeah, it might be. I just said that would be like
yeah, they'd be more likely to have it as like Mike Nesmith or Davy Jones' hand. You know what I mean?
That would have been so. What would the different hands? What would have been the power specialties of the different hands of the monkeys? So you got the hand of Davy Jones.
Well, the hand of Davy Jones is a master of the tambourine. We've got that one,
and that's it. And it's very small too. It's like pocket size. Okay, hand of Mickey Dolenz.
Well, Mickey Dolenz, there's the one episode where he had magic fingers, so it would have like magical powers.
Well, it already does.
But he can have even more magical powers. I think Peter Tork.
Yeah, Peter Tork
would be. It would have a. It'd be very adaptable because in real life, Peter Tork was a multi-instrumentalist.
He was, but he broke up the Monkees. He was the first to go.
Yeah.
I don't think that, but he was. And then Mike Nesmith.
Ooh.
He's better than the other hands, but would never say it.
Yes. Well, his hand would have no more than it did before, but now it would have all that it would need. Where it had you, and it had me.
Zim, Zam, and Zor.
Yeah.
And so,
what did you guys think of Magda Ricosi in this episode, played by the lovely Grayson Hall?
She's a pillar of desire.
Yeah. Gordon?
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking, since I saw a certain graphic on Twitter, I'm thinking, yeah, she could easily be a belly dancer. And I've known several.
Just the way, even Grayson kind of she twists her torso a lot as Magda. And that's a very purposeful thing. I mean, she stands differently. And that's the power of positive corseting. Because, Magda does have a corset. And so she uses that to support her weight to do all sorts of things. Grayson's a very, very clever actress. And I'm convinced that's all intentional.
Yeah, I was tempted to reach out to one or two of my friends who are belly dancers for technical things to ask them to watch Dark Shadows, but unfortunately, I'll just say the word restraining order would come up, and I don't want to go into detail.
When I came up with that graphic, I was watching a belly dancer at the time. She's very athletic. I really admired. I'd never really seen a belly dancer, lately. I really hadn't, and I was amazed at the abs. And I think that must be common to move the way that they do. I mean, my God. I mean, she had an 8-pack. It was really impressive.
Yeah. You have to do a lot of rehearsing, and it's not just kind of move your hips. I mean, my friend actually teaches belly dance classes.
Well, I really admired what this woman did. So your friend must be extremely talented.
She is.
Do you think?
And
Grace...
and I'll see if I can hint that she watched this. Yes, you know you are. You don't need me to remind you. You don't need us to remind you. But yeah, we're talking about you.
Do you guys think that Grayson was rehearsing the movements as she was rehearsing her lines?
Probably. I mean, some. I'm sure. She experimented with the corset a little bit when she knew that what the costuming was going to be.
Yeah.
Probably got used to wearing it around the set. It was probably it's only it doesn't take long, I think, to really get used to.
And probably it would happen more during blocking, because that way she'd know how to move without interfering with the camera movement.
Yeah, because Grayson in real life, and I think Julia Hoffman's all about straight lines. She is a trained actor. Magda is all about kind of this curve, the hand on the hip and so on. A lot like Charles Kuralt, if you remember him from On the Road, his famous beat novel.
Yeah, Charles Kuralt was 100% pure sexual charisma. Just remember that.
He was an animal on Evening News.
Yeah.
He was a smoke show, ladies and gentlemen, is what we're trying to say.
What did you guys think of David Selby in this episode? I love how when he pulls the knife at Patofi, he's holding it to him after he watches Patofi slice his cheek. I'm no ghost.
This is very much. Have the kids died at this point?
I don't think so.
I'm not getting ready to. He is really, I mean, especially with that coat on for most of it, he is in full Starship Captain mode.
Yeah.
He really is. This is a very responsible David Selby. He is ready to boldly go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He. It's amazing that Selby. I know he's going to go into movies, but did he get? I know he does Falcon Crest, but did he get other offers like Star Trek or anything?
Well, he did get Raise the Titanic.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But also keep in mind, at the time, soap opera actors were pretty much, they were like the lowest part of that lowest rung on that particular ladder in terms of perception.
Selby broke out though. He broke out almost immediately because he was I think left Dark Shadows to do Up the Sandbox, playing Barbara Streisand's husband. That was a big deal.
Yeah. He did that cop movie too about those real life cops.
Super Cops.
Yeah, Super Cops. Yeah. Sorry. Thank you. What's you guys' favorite scene in this episode, Gordon?
Favorite scene? I love the moment when Quentin's threatening Patofi with a knife, and he says, I think words the effect of, I've killed many other men. It's like it's Quentin kind of saying, he's admitting that he was a bad guy, but in that moment he's like, you mess with me, I will do what I need to do.
And he will.
Patrick, what's your favorite scene, man?
The how you keep me from being afraid. The Jameson scene, because that's heartwarming. That's the real Count Patofi. He's Santa Claus. He's your pal.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. With my favorite scene in this episode is just Magda's reaction to it being Potofi. The shock of the reveal of it. It's really, really good. I mean, they've been setting up for a reveal. You've been leaving little breadcrumbs, and finally we get a reveal of, hey, you know this? We've been talking about this guy's hand, this Count Andreas Potofi. Well, here he is in the flesh. I love the reveal in this because not just the reveal, but the consequences we get by the end of it. I think that it's such huge. Dark Shadows had such huge stakes, and they left you wanting more once they revealed those stakes, and it did. And this does that, and then some.
Yep. Not only did Dark Shadows have huge stakes, they had actually wonderfully prepared potatoes. You know, they were like scalloped, very thinly sliced.
Let me tell you, I made perfect mashed potatoes tonight. Perfect.
I believe you.
You want to know what the secret is? Of course you. It's the holidays. You bake the potatoes. You bake them for about 2 or 3 hours, and because boiling, which is the Goyish way to do it, boiling only heats them up so much. Baking heats them up to a point that it releases the sugars.
Yeah,
it starts caramelize, and you get a totally different flavor. And so you put medium low heat, butter, whole stick, half a head of garlic chopped up, let all that melt. Put in your potatoes, mash them in there. You don't peel them, you just mash them right in there. He said doing this, and then you put in the cream, and you put in enough heavy cream to make it the consistency you want. Salt and pepper. Slam the lid on it. Turn off the heat. Come back when you're ready to eat.
Yep. Remember, only here can you get recipes. Just remember that. We give you Dark Shadows commentary. We also give you helpful recipes.
And that's a killer recipe. I'm not kidding. It will. It's very simple and it will work.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I like that a lot. Is there anything you guys want to add about episode 801/802?
It was a good choice. I was thrilled that it worked out so well.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me see what today is. Today is Wednesday. Today's 27th.
The day before Gobble Day.
The day before Thanksgiving. How does Sunday night look for you guys?
It looks golden for me. You know.
Looks good for me.
Okay, so episode 794 for Sunday night, guys.
All right, last turkey in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
I got a turkey right beside me. Guys,
the turkey.
First of all, guys, both of you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. Be safe. God bless you both, and I'll see you guys. Patrick, I'll see you Friday night, actually.
What are we talking about?
Major Dundee with Bush.
Dundee, fall in behind the major.
Yeah. But I'll see you guys Sunday night for Dark Shadows. What?
By Sunday night, you'll be a whole nother year older.
Yeah.
Oh, is it your birthday, Jewel?
Yeah.
His birthday is Saturday.
His birthday is Saturday. Are you gonna get some?
He was a turkey on his birthday.
I was originally born on Thanksgiving Day, 1982. My mother's mother.
It was Thanksgiving Day, 1982. My hand to God.
My mom's mom brought her Thanksgiving dinner the day of later that night. So, true story. But again, thank you guys so much. This is a lot of fun. Links to Gordon Dymowski's Amazon page is going to be in the description box. Links to Patrick McCray's Dark Shadows Day Book Unbound is going to be in the description box. You gentlemen have a happy Thanksgiving and be safe, guys.
Sniff
You. Be safe.
Bye.